Hello everyone, I am at Pollard along with Jake Schmidt and Shawn Atkins-Harris, and we're here to talk about some NFL updates. Week 4 is kicking off for now with the Cowboys and Giants, but besides that, we got to talk about all these injuries that have been taking place. Shawn, any thoughts on the Dolphins?
Yeah, man, the Dolphins are cooked, man. It's not looking good for Tua. Tua, if you're listening, go ahead and retire, my man. It's all Tua's out, and it's looking all signs are looking for Tyler Huntley to start, which isn't Tua, so you know the offense isn't going to be as explosive. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah, it's not looking good for South Beach fans right now. And then Jake, any thoughts on the Rams?
Yeah, out west in LA, we have the Rams, and injuries are taking a big toll on that offense. You have their wide receiver core in shambles. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are both out. However, they do have Stafford and Kyren Williams, who did lead them to a win over the 49ers last week. So we'll see what happens in their future.
Yeah, and then going back to my Eagles, we also have A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who went down with some injuries. Somehow they won with that Saints game. Shawn, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, man, I'm not going to lie. The Eagles' offense is looking a little bit shaky. Guys, don't be alarmed, but Brian Johnson might be back. Someone please call the cops. It's not looking. I'm not impressed with the offense, but I will say for the defense, Jalen Carter is that guy, and the rest of the defense, I was very impressed with last game. It was very, very interesting to see. And like you mentioned, A.J. Brown and Smitty are questionable right now. They are hurt. So if they potentially are out for next game, the Eagles are potentially going to look to involve a lot of Saquon, thank God, and a lot of Goddard, and then potentially also Dotson as well.
Yeah, without Saquon, we might be 0-3 right now. And then Jake, what do you think about your Jets so far?
Yeah, I mean, despite the Week 1 loss to the Niners, which looked pretty brutal, they've definitely picked it up. There was a shaky Week 2 versus the Titans. They still got the win, but then they blew out the Pats on Thursday night last week. We're looking to see a little more out of the Rodgers-Garrett Wilson connection, but that will probably come. They have a backfield with Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, who's really stepped it up, so we'll see.
Yeah, and it's crazy. There's 5 teams that are still undefeated at 3-0 right now. Some of them I think are legit, like the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Vikings. But then on the other hand, there's some teams I'm not really so sure about. Shawn, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm just going to start with the Steelers. Steelers are frauds. Mike Tomlin might have like the best guardian angel or something. He is the luckiest head coach right now in the league. I'm sorry, they're frauds. I don't care if they're 3-0. They won their first game against the Falcons. I'm pretty sure there was no passing touchdowns on the Steelers. It was just basically all field goals, so that's crazy. Their second game against the Broncos, they beat rookie-led offense, Bo Nix, so you know their offense is polished, so let's not even talk about that. And then the last game, I'm pretty sure against the Chargers, they beat them without Justin Herbert, who went down. So you know that's not really any competition there. So other than that, they're frauds.
Yeah, unless you're a Steelers fan with Boss on your fantasy team, I'm not really sure you have much to root for right now. Jake, what do you think about the Seahawks, though?
Yeah, I also think the Seahawks are frauds, and much like the Steelers, just like the matchups, really. So Week 1, Seattle, they played the Denver Broncos. They only won by 6, which wasn't impressive whatsoever. Then Week 2, they played the Patriots, who they barely beat in overtime. It took them overtime to beat the Patriots. And Week 3, they beat a banged-up Dolphins team. Not to mention Kenneth Walker is also banged up. And Geno Smith, I'm just not a huge fan of.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Anyways, let's look in the long run. MVP picks, Offensive Player of the Year. Shawn, what are your thoughts? Who do you think?
Listen, for MVP, it may be early, but I got Josh Allen, man. Listen, he got 211 passing yards a game, seven passing touchdowns a game, 0 picks so far, and also 137.6 passing rating, which is really impressive so far in the league right now. And for my offensive player of the year, I got Barkley, man. Shout out to Barkley.
Yes, sir. All the way. Jake, what do you think?
MVP-wise, I'm all aboard the Sam Darnold train. You know, he's leading the Vikings to this 3-0 start. Him and Jefferson have a real good connection going right now. And since McCarthy went out, really, to start the season, Darnold just stepped it up. I know he leads the league in passing touchdowns with 8 right now, so we'll see.
Looking good. Anyways, if we're going to talk about long run, we got to talk about the Super Bowl, obviously. This might sound biased. I got my Eagles winning. Niners got nothing on us. CMC's out, Debo's out, Kittle's out. They're mid. I got Eagles NFC. And then AFC, I'm going to go with the Bills. I like that Josh Allen MVP pick. I think they're going to do their thing, get there finally after all these years. Eagles going to win, obviously. But thanks for watching NFL Updates.